Is the US splitting in two? Weather updates American cities number 147. It's 6 in the morning, and a tale of two Americas is unfolding. In Minnesota, a brutal blizzard has dumped over 18 inches of heavy, wet snow, knocking out power for 52,000 families. Rescue crews are fighting to reach elderly residents trapped by the storm. Meanwhile, from Texas to Florida, 47 million people are basking in glorious 83-degree sunshine. That is a staggering 60-degree temperature difference across the same nation on the same day. It's a weather map that looks completely broken in half. What really gets me is that the power companies in Minnesota saw this blizzard coming a full 48 hours in advance, yet it seems they weren't fully prepared. Now thousands are shivering in the dark. I got a message at 3 a.m. from Karen in Duluth. She's 78, lives alone, and her power has been out for 17 hours. Her indoor thermostat reads 41 degrees. Karen? Honey, if you're seeing this, please hang in there. Help is on the way. Drop your city in the comments. I'm tracking 85 locations today. Let's talk about this snow. This isn't the fluffy, pretty kind. This is 18 inches of what feels like concrete, whipped around by 45-mile-per-hour winds, creating total whiteout conditions. People literally can't see the end of their driveway from their front door. Grand Marais is buried under 19 inches. Two Harbors has 16, and Silver Bay is pushing 18 inches and counting, with snow still falling at an inch per hour in some spots. This storm just has a death grip on the region and refuses to let go. I spoke with a lineman last night, a guy named Dave with 23 years of experience. He told me flat out, this is the nastiest combination of wet snow and high winds I've seen in a decade. We're completely overwhelmed. He believes some of the most remote rural areas might not see their lights back on for another 48 to 72 hours. That's not a PR estimate, folks. That's the raw truth from the guys out there battling this beast. If you have older family members up there, please stop and call them right now. Right now in Duluth, it's 37 degrees with a 90% chance of more snow. Likely another 4 to 8 inches before this system finally moves out tonight. Minneapolis is on the southern edge at 51 degrees, but the real danger there is black ice forming on the roads. Out west in California, the worst is over. The Sierras got a staggering 8 feet of snow in total and could see another foot or two today. The good news is Interstate 80 just reopened, but you absolutely need chains. Evacuation warnings are being lifted. Now, I need everyone in the Ohio Valley to listen up, because what's headed your way on Thursday is something we almost never see in February, and it's extremely concerning. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a rare Day 2 moderate risk for severe weather. They only do this in the dead of winter when they are seriously worried about a major outbreak. Unseasonably warm, moist air is surging north, creating a recipe for disaster that we typically wouldn't expect to see until late April or May. This is where things get really wild, so don't skip the middle and the last part of this because what's coming could affect you directly. The latest models show powerful supercell thunderstorms igniting just east of St. Louis around 1 p.m. on Thursday. They'll be blasting through Indianapolis by 4 p.m. and reaching Cincinnati by 6 p.m., right in the middle of evening rush hour. If you live in Indianapolis, Cincinnati, or Louisville and you hear thunder on Thursday afternoon, get inside immediately. Don't wait for an official warning to pop up on your phone. These storms could be racing eastward at 55 miles per hour and could have tornadoes embedded within them. February tornadoes are uniquely dangerous because they catch people completely off guard. Nobody is in a severe weather mindset yet, and that complacency is precisely what can turn a dangerous situation into a tragic one. Please, have a plan in place and be ready to act in a moment's notice on Thursday. You have to be prepared. Before we get to the rest of the country, there's another major threat brewing that has me more concerned than even this Minnesota blizzard. The two most reliable long-range weather models, the European and the American GFS, are now in lockstep agreement. When these two rivals see the same thing, I pay very close attention. They are both pointing toward a potentially major East Coast winter storm this coming weekend. A classic nor'easter that could have a high impact from Washington, D.C. all the way to Boston. We are still 4 or 5 days away, so this isn't set in stone. But the models have been incredibly consistent with this forecast for the last 6 consecutive runs. If this storm tracks close to the coastline, Boston could be looking at 10 to 16 inches of snow Saturday into Sunday. New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, and Rhode Island are all potentially in the crosshairs for a significant winter wallop. It's time to start thinking about your weekend plans now, just in case this monster verifies. While half the country is getting buried or bracing for impact, the other half is enjoying weather that feels like the middle of April. The contrast is just unbelievable. In the mid-Atlantic, it's the calm before the potential weekend chaos. New York City is at 51 degrees, Philadelphia is hitting 55, and DC is at 59. Pittsburgh is downright balmy at 63 degrees. The Great Lakes region is staying mostly gray and damp, with Cleveland at 52 and Buffalo at 41, but nothing too dramatic for now. Meanwhile, the Southeast is living its best life. While folks in Minnesota are struggling to stay warm, y'all are in paradise. Atlanta is a gorgeous 71 with pure sunshine. It's 72 in Birmingham, 73 in Jacksonville, and Orlando is pushing 78 degrees. Miami is enjoying a perfect 79. It's postcard-perfect weather across the entire region. I have a genuine question for everyone down south. Are you loving this early spring, or do you actually miss having a real winter? Let me know in the comments. The Heartland is also experiencing temperatures that have no business being here in February. Chicago is at 61 degrees, a full 20 degrees above average. My cousin sent me a picture of people eating lunch outside in Millennium Park. But all this warmth is the dangerous fuel that will power Thursday's severe weather threat. Indianapolis is at 60, Cincinnati at 61, and Louisville is at 64. Enjoy the warmth today because Thursday is looking increasingly dangerous for you. Out on the plains, it's even warmer. St. Louis is at 68, and Kansas City is at 71, but a change is coming, as you could see accumulating snow by Friday night. Further west, they are absolutely cooking. Des Moines is at 67, Omaha is hitting 74, and Lincoln is at 72. These are April temperatures showing up 2 months ahead of schedule. But this warmth comes with a hidden danger, and it's a critical one we need to talk about right now, especially for those in the southern plains. Red flag warnings for extreme fire danger are in effect across eastern Colorado, western Kansas, and the Oklahoma Panhandle. You have bone-dry conditions combined with wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. This is a recipe for disaster. Last February, nearly identical conditions sparked the Smokehouse Creek Fire, which burned over 1 million acres and tragically took 2 lives. If you are in these red flag zones, please do not burn anything outside. One tiny spark could explode into an inferno. And then there's Texas, where you're getting a full-blown preview of spring. Dallas is at 79, Houston is at 80, San Antonio is hitting 83, and Austin is at 82. People are grilling in shorts while their fellow Americans in Minnesota are fighting for survival. My buddy in San Antonio sent me a video of his grandkids playing in sprinklers yesterday. Sprinklers! But Texas, don't get too comfortable. A shot of Arctic air is pushing south for Sunday and Monday, and temperatures could crash by 40 degrees. Let's do a quick hit on the rest of the West. Denver will be windy and 59 degrees. Phoenix is looking at a 50% chance of rain with a high of 68. Salt Lake City is at 51 with more mountain snow expected. Las Vegas will see some showers and a high of 63. The Pacific Northwest remains cool and damp, with both Portland and Seattle in the upper 40s with a rain and snow mix. And for you tough folks up in Alaska, it's cold but quiet, with Anchorage at 21 and Fairbanks hovering around 11 degrees. Alright, here are my 3 bold predictions for the next 48 hours. Go ahead and screenshot this. First, the hardest hit area of Minnesota, the Arrowhead region, will see final snow totals exceed 22 inches, and power outages will top 55,000 customers. Second, we will see at least 3 confirmed tornadoes in the Ohio Valley on Thursday, making this the most significant February severe weather event in the last 5 years. Third, by Friday morning, both models will show a major bomb cyclone off the East Coast. If I nail all 3, do me a favor and share this with someone who needs to see it. If I get them all wrong, you have my permission to absolutely roast me in the comments tomorrow, and I'll own it. Now for some critical safety advice. If you're without power, your generator must be outside, at least 20 feet away from any window. Carbon monoxide is the silent killer. A few years ago, a dad ran his generator in the garage to keep his kids warm. By morning, he was gone. It's not worth the risk. For everyone in the Ohio Valley, you need to have your severe weather plan finalized by Wednesday night. Know where you're going, an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. And for everyone, please, pick up the phone today and call any elderly family or neighbors in these affected areas. Make sure they are safe and have what they need. Don't assume they're okay. That one phone call could literally be a lifeline for someone feeling isolated and scared. Here are the 4 things I'll be watching like a hawk. The power restoration efforts in Minnesota, the severe weather outbreak in the Ohio Valley on Thursday, the development of that potential East Coast storm for the weekend, and the Arctic blast that will send temperatures plummeting on Sunday. Drop your city in the comments and tell me what you're seeing. Your on-the-ground reports help this entire community stay informed. Be safe, check on your neighbors, and take every single warning seriously. See you tomorrow.